Welcome to this particular video. In this video, I'm going to give you a complete roadmap and a full picture as to how you can master Java and its amazing framework, which is called Spring Boot. Okay. Now, there are quite a few videos on Java, Spring Boot development, Spring security and all. And a lot of you actually reached out to me and asked the order or requested the order in which they're supposed to learn from these videos, because I have a lot of projects, a lot of hands-on material out there. So I thought I should have a video wherein I explain everything as to how you can take these or learn from these videos and watch these videos, what all you need. So this gives you a comprehensive overview of how you can grow as a developer and get that dream job. All right. So first thing first, I'll talk about this playlist. So this is a playlist that I have open here. This is a complete Java Spring Boot full stack mastery roadmap. So all the videos that I have on my channel and the order in which I recommend them. So I have created a playlist out of that recommendation. Okay. So you can see over here, this is the entire playlist. Now these videos are available freely on my YouTube channel, and I'm just collating them or organizing them in this playlist for you to watch. So if you're someone who is confused or not sure from where to start, if you're sure which videos you're supposed to watch, or if you want to watch a particular concept, then you're free to watch those videos on my channel. But this is for those who don't know as to how they are supposed to begin their Java Spring Boot journey. All right. So let us begin talking about this playlist over here. So the first video in the playlist you see is about Java programming for beginners with Spring Boot, and it's a step-by-step guide. So it's in, you can see, almost 12-hour video. That's a long video. Okay. Now, one thing I would like to mention over here regarding all my videos is all my videos are comprehensive. Okay. When I say comprehensive, they are not short, they are long. Okay. And the reason they are long is because I cover a lot of information in those videos. So it's not possible to create bite-sized videos, but yeah, I try to accommodate as much as I can, and that's why they are comprehensive. Now, if you take a look at these, the length of the videos, okay, they are long and you need a plan. So you need to spend time every day. It's not like you start watching today and you decide you finish everything learning today. That's not going to happen. And if you try to do that, it's actually not possible, not realistic, and you might get demotivated easily. So have a plan in place wherein you decide to spend an hour or 2 or 3 hours, whatever you can, whatever fits your schedule. If you are doing a job, then maybe an hour or a couple of hours basically in the evenings would work best. If you're a student and if you have more time, or even if you're a freelancer, if you have more time, then you can dedicate more time to this, like 4-5 hours a day. Okay. But spend time every day. All the videos have timestamps in the description, and that helps because these videos are long, and if you want to learn about a particular concept and skip a few, you can make use of timestamps over here. Examples I use in all my courses are very simple. Okay, I don't complicate stuff unnecessarily. They're to the point, straightforward. Lectures are hands-on, which means I spend minimal time on slides. I love teaching with the help of IDEs and actually demonstrating stuff. So this would help. Also, my courses would have projects time to time to reinforce learning. Okay, so these are all the features. Now let's talk about this first video, which is Learn Java Programming. So I actually have this video open over here. Okay, if you scroll down to the playlist over here, sorry, not to the playlist, but to the video description, you are going to see the entire description of the video. And here you will have this timestamp. Now you can see I'm covering a lot of stuff from the introduction, what is JDK, how you can install it, how Java works, writing your first Java program, everything. Okay, everything is covered over here, from operators, variables, data types. You can see conditional statements. There are challenges from time to time, which, like I said, to enforce the learning and to give you some hands-on practice. Methods, parameters, everything, sub packages, collection, array list, file, so working with files using Java programs, all of this is covered. And in the end, I touch upon Spring Boot. So basically how you can begin building with Spring Boot. Okay, so this is something that I have. And now this this thing over here, like this video in the end or this section in the end, is about monthly challenge video, okay, or monthly challenge project. I have a separate video on my channel for this too, okay, but I have it integrated in this video also, if just in case you want to go with the flow. Okay, so it's a very comprehensive course with detailed timestamps. Okay, I've spent a good amount of time creating these timestamps for you all. So be sure to leverage this. Now, this entire video is about Java fundamentals. It also takes you to object-oriented programming. You'll see classes, objects, constructors, polymorphism, all of this we touch upon. And then we move on to advanced topics like packages, collections, and all of this, file handling in Java. So this is essential before you start learning about Spring Boot. You should know what Java is, how you should make use of Java, and all of that. And that is why in the playlist, the first video that I have here at the top is about learning Java programming. So it's for beginners. And if you are an experienced developer, goes without saying, you can skip the sections using this timestamp and you can navigate to whichever concept you wish to learn about. Okay, so this is about this video. All right, so be sure to check this out. Then the next video I have is a monthly challenge application or a REST API over here. Okay, so here in the end also in this video you will find the same video integrated. I have a separate video in this too. Okay, so you can actually, once you are done with Java, I have, so you can see here you will find the detailed timestamps. Okay, so if you watch this, once you're done with Java, it's essential that you start building web applications, and this will help you get job ready if you are willing to learn Spring Boot. So we start with the basics of web framework. Okay, so you don't know what is web framework, we start learning about it. We take help of different analogies to understand what web framework is. We talk about popular web framework, Spring framework, all of this. We discuss Spring framework first, and then we graduate to Spring Boot. So I take liberty to talk about Spring Boot architecture, Spring Initializer, what we are building, all of this. Okay, so it's a pure REST API course. We build a simple REST API in under 2 hours. Okay, so yeah, be sure to check out this video. Okay, this is the second video. Then I have the third video over here, which is around, it's basically one level up of Spring Boot, but it's for beginners. It's beginner friendly is what I can assure you. And the video title says it's for building a production grade e-commerce application project. So this is a video, I have it open over here. Okay, so if you head over to the timestamps, you will see things like dependency injection. What is dependency injection? What is tight coupling, loose coupling? Okay, and a good dive into Spring framework. I believe until here you can see this selection over here. So here, let me show you what happens in the beginning. So here in the beginning, we talk about ultra basics. What is a client server, the types of API requests, what is status codes, what is REST API and its architecture, what is HTTP, and what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, different status codes, all of this basics for REST API is what we cover. Then over here, I have things like, I have a dive, we do a dive into Spring framework. Okay, so this entire section or this entire selection that you're seeing is all about Spring framework, how you can work with Spring framework, create beans, create dependencies, all of that. Okay, then once we are done with Spring framework, we graduate to Spring Boot. Now there is a reason why I cover Spring framework. Okay, of course you can directly jump to Spring Boot as well, but understanding Spring framework gives you a free hand or a liberty to see how things are without the introduction of Spring Boot. Okay, so you're already Java programming. So if you're coming to this video, I assume that you already know Java. Okay, so you know how things work in Java. But now since you're talking about Spring framework, you will understand what Spring framework is, how things work in Spring framework. Then once you go to Spring Boot, you will understand how Spring Boot is making your life easier as compared to Spring framework, how it's the next level of Spring framework. So all that understanding you get if you go in sequence. Okay, so we start building our REST API, all of this. We talk about databases, okay, over here, and we cover a lot of concepts over here. Okay, you can see this is the entire course. Okay, now one thing I'll also mention, like this is so this particular 10-hour video. Okay, so there is a limit on the length of videos that you can upload. So I've uploaded a part of my paid course over here. Okay, paid course as in it's not super expensive. Okay, it's pretty cheap. It sells for around 450 to 500 rupees in India. Okay, but it's a part of the course, and this video that you're seeing over here is available for free on YouTube. Sorry, not this one. This one actually. Okay, so I recommend watching this entire video and get a sense of how things work in Spring Boot. So you're done with Spring Boot now, okay? And of course, if you're working on a real world project, enterprises would want to secure stuff, right? Security is important aspect if you're building any sort of application. Now this is where Spring Security comes into picture. Spring Security is just another project in Spring Boot or Spring, okay? It's built out by Spring team. And in this particular video, it's an 8-hour video you can see. Okay, so the previous one was 9-hour. This is 8-hour video. So this is a video. Okay, over here, if you scroll down, we cover a lot of stuff. You can see it's everything about security. So this is the title of the video: Master Spring Security with PostgreSQL and MySQL database. And I also cover OAuth 2. Now, why I'm covering both the databases? Because I observed these two are the most popular databases in the world, and a lot of my viewers are using, in fact, not a lot of my viewers, I can also say most of the developers make use of these two databases only. Okay. And it's likely that your organization is making use of any one of these, right? So come over here, go through the entire course over here. Okay. You will see everything like JWT authentication, how you can implement JWT, understanding the implementation, setting up the project. So in the beginning, we start with H2 database, which is a basic in-memory database. I handhold you literally over here. Okay. And then we add authentication over here. Then we move the authentication to PostgreSQL and MySQL. Okay. And then we also build a front end. So I'll tell you one thing, people build backend, but they don't have any or zero knowledge of front end. I would say that you should have some knowledge of front end, because you should know how your APIs are going to be consumed if you're working in a real world scenario. That is really important. Okay. And that is why I've added a small React app. It's not complex. Okay. If you follow the steps, you should be able to build that very easily. Okay. I show you everything. It's very basic app wherein we are just authenticating users on the front end by consuming the APIs that you have built. So you're actually consuming the APIs that you have built yourself. Okay. It's a really great experience. So do make sure to follow this. And then we graduate to OAuth 2 over here. So this entire thing over here you're seeing is about OAuth 2. Now what I mean by OAuth 2, if you're not aware of this term, don't worry. OAuth 2 is a concept, okay, using which you can add login with Google, login with GitHub onto your web pages or into your application. So if you're building an application based on Spring Boot, and if you want to give your users the ability to log in using GitHub, Google, so you need to implement OAuth 2. And that is what I teach over here. Login with Google, login with GitHub, adding social logins is all common. And you need to understand how you can do that with Spring Boot. So that all is covered over here. Okay. I cover a lot of stuff, like if you get course related issue, how you can manage this. I purposely bring in the issue. I show you how you can debug, how you can identify, how you can read errors. All of that is very important, because what happens is, if I show you the clean picture that I did not get any sort of errors, and if you get errors, okay, it's a problem, right? You will think it's a problem in yourself, but actually it's not. That is how things work. And I need to demonstrate that. So all of those nitty-gritties are covered over here. Okay. So this is done. Spring Security. Then I have one more video on Spring Security. Okay. This is also a part of my paid course. But the video that I've put out over here, this part over here, it's actually a sliced out part of my paid course. But it's a good chunk, like almost 7.5 hours. And people have found this really valuable. You'll see the comments if you go through them. Okay. People have found this video really valuable. Okay. And what is the difference between this Spring Security video, like the earlier one we spoke about, and this one? So I'll tell you, this is this Spring Security video. So the earlier one that we spoke about will get started. Okay. You can of course learn Spring Security and even master it using this particular video. But if you want to go deep and understand how actually the framework works, how filter chains work. You can see like the outline itself, how things like filter chains, everything behind the scenes work within Spring Security. So that is where this course comes into picture. So this video is what you're supposed to watch if you want to get that level of understanding. And I'll tell you, if you're appearing for interviews, this is what you need. Okay, this is really important because internal working always helps you as to how a particular thing or a particular framework is functioning, and that's all I demonstrate in this particular video over here. Okay, so be sure to watch this, okay, because if you are working on Spring Security in future and if you get some sort of error, understanding how it is working will help you debug issues and solve them faster. So I would encourage you to watch this video as well after you have watched the previous Spring Security one. So once you are done with watching this video, you can watch Spring Security Masterclass with ReactJS. And of course, I forgot to mention one more thing over here. The difference between these two videos is this video over here, Spring Security 6 Masterclass with ReactJS by building a project, is actually about a project. So we are actually building a secure notes application. We are actually building a secure notes application, and I'm actually giving an application demo over here. You can see this timestamp over here. If you want to see what application we are building, you can absolutely click over here and watch the application function. So it's a secure application wherein we are taking all the sorts of security measures. Okay, like we are implementing things like auth authentication, like authentication using Google, GitHub. I'll show you how you can configure that. We also implement authentication using JWT. So JWT or token based authentication, you can say. All that we cover, and we add a lot of features like how you can have role based access. Okay, how you can add role based access. So role based access, all of this is not covered in this previous video. Okay, this is good to begin and learn Spring Security. You can even implement it in production grade projects. I'm not denying the ability that you will gain after watching this video, but with this you will go next level. Okay, you will learn role-based authentication. So for example, if there is an endpoint /admin over here, okay, in your application, front-end application I'm talking about, okay, in your application, if you're having this sort of an endpoint in React, and if you try to access the endpoint, and if you don't have the role or the authorization to access that particular endpoint, you should see an access denied page. So all that is covered in this particular course. And yes, like the title says, it is Spring Security with ReactJS. Okay, so it's not just about Spring Security, but it also gives you a complete holistic view of how things work or how things are secured when you have a front end in place. So that's the benefit of this particular video. It's a different video altogether. Concepts are not repeated, I would say. Here you'll learn the concepts like JWT, in-memory authentication, what is role-based authentication, authorization. All of this you'll learn in this video over here, okay, which is this video, okay, this one, which is 8 hours, 13 minutes. This is a good video. And after that, you can take your knowledge to next level by watching this one, okay. Let me tell you, Spring Security is a module where students struggle a lot, okay, in interviews, in understanding things, and even to resolve the issues. So it's really important that you master this, okay, and you watch it carefully. And yes, I would also recommend you watch it in a hands-on way, like do things while I'm doing. Okay, so this is done, Spring Security. Then you have complete Spring Boot full stack development masterclass with AWS. Okay, so remember the monthly challenge application we built in the second video. I take this application and we add a front end to this particular app over here. Okay, so I have this open over here. Okay, this is the video. Okay, now over here, if you come, okay, if I should come over here. Okay, so here we finish building the application or the APIs, and then here at the bottom we start with React. Now if you don't know React, don't worry. Okay, you can. I teach you React over here as well. I give you an introduction. I don't teach you in depth, of course, because I'm teaching Spring Boot over here in this video and not React. But since you need an introduction to React, I'm assuming you need, and if you don't need, you can make use of timestamp to skip those sections. Okay, but I teach you React over here, understanding React, and then we actually build a front end. You can see how we actually deploy this to AWS. So we make use of Bootstrap. You can see we're persisting the data. We're persisting the data over here. Okay, we are making use of Bootstrap to beautify our application, and then we are deploying it to the AWS. And I'll show you how you can deploy React application as well as the backend application along with the database to AWS. So it's pretty valuable. Be sure to leverage this free content. Okay, so this is a video over here. Complete Spring Boot full stack, because you have now learned about Java programming. You know Java, you know REST APIs, you know you can now go next level with this e-commerce project. You know Spring security as well. So now you can actually do some front-end development as well, and you can learn and see how things work as a whole. Okay, this will give you immense knowledge. Okay, because I'll tell you, see, full stack development knowledge is essential for even for backend developers. I'll tell you why. People normally come to me and say, hey, I'm a backend developer, I'm not a full stack developer, why are you recommending this to me? I'll tell you why. You're building APIs, right? You're building backend. How is your backend being consumed? You don't know that. You should know that. Why? Because then you can design stuff, you know, a holistic view of the entire system. And this can help you in future whenever you are leading a team or whenever you are being promoted to higher positions, right? So all these knowledge helps. You should always know if you're building APIs, how are they being consumed? How is the end-to-end flow of the application working? Okay, how is the application being tested? All of this knowledge you should have. I'm not saying you go and start doing front-end development also in your organization from tomorrow after watching this video. I'm not saying that. But understanding how front-end development works gives you a solid grasp of the entire ecosystem and of the entire project, I would say, if you're working on. You can ask the right questions to the front-end team also. So all that helps, okay? That is why you should have little front-end knowledge, okay? Because if there is something or any pressing issue, you can actually showcase your skill set in your organization and even help front-end team with some issue fixing. Okay, so all this helps in your career. Okay, I'm not saying you start doing front-end development from tomorrow, but understanding how entire flow works helps. All right, this is done. Okay, complete Spring Boot full stack development. It's a good video. A lot of appreciation I've got for this video. All right, now this particular video over here, deploy a full stack Spring Boot and React app with database for free. So what happens is, this is a 1 hour video. All right, now you're building projects as a Spring Boot engineer, or if you're willing to become a Spring Boot engineer, what I would recommend is you keep building projects. This is something that I'll talk about later in this video. But since we're talking about this video, I'll tell you, you keep building projects so that you can showcase it in your resume. Now what happens is, developers often come to me and ask, hey, I made this project, how am I supposed to deploy? Because you know, if you're deploying something and if you're adding that link of something that you have deployed into your resume, that adds value. You know, that distinguishes you from other resumes that the interviewer might have got over there. Okay, so it helps a lot. And normally where students get stuck is, you know, this server I'm planning to host, but it's paid and I don't want to have server cost unnecessarily. So I have this video where I teach you how you can deploy your React and Spring Boot applications for free. Okay, so if you're doing job hunting, if you don't want to spend anything basically on your portfolio projects, you can watch this video and deploy our app for free. Okay, it's actually for free. Okay, there's no catch. And I have this video open over here. You can take a look at the description. Okay, I teach you everything. You can see. Also, I show you step by step how you can make use of Docker. Okay, don't worry if you don't know Docker. You just have to follow a few steps and get your application deployed. Okay, it's under an hour. I would recommend watching this. Okay, now deployment you have learned. You have learned a little bit of full stack. You have learned a lot of stuff over here. Okay, like Spring security, Spring Boot REST API development in a production grade style, of course, Java programming. Now it's time to build some sort of portfolio projects. Okay, now whenever you want to excel in your career, I recommend you build projects. Why? In resumes you will write textual stuff. Okay, I did this, I did that. But with projects, you can actually show your abilities that this is what I've built. Okay, this is the application I've built and I've deployed. This is a pet project that I have and I've built it using Spring Boot and React. Talking in this way adds a lot of value and it impresses the interviewer that you are not just a talker, you are actually an action doer and you have stuff to show. Okay, it's not that you have bought a resume, a textual resume, and you are doing the talking. It's not like that. Okay, so I recommend building projects, and of course I have a couple of projects over here, and these projects are using Spring AI. Okay, Spring AI, of course, I don't need to explain what AI is. AI is becoming a large part of our lives now. Okay, if you must be taking a look at the advancements that have happened in the field of artificial intelligence in the past few years. So AI is not going anywhere, and it's important that you learn how to leverage it. So I have a couple of projects over here that I've uploaded for free. So it's a stock photo generator application using Spring AI and Spring Boot. Okay, and you can deploy it for free actually. So you see this video over here, deploy full stack application for free. So you learn both these things, you build the application. So the second application I have over here is using Spring AI, and you can actually build a audio transcriber. So if you have an audio file, you upload it to the application, it will give you a transcribed version using AI. So that's something that you can build. You can have stock photo generator. Okay, so if you have a team and you want your team to make use of stock photos, you can build an internal tool and share it with the team. And all of this is using AI. Okay, so you can see over here, this is the video and this all is what I cover. Okay, now in this stock photo generator, I cover one more project, which is recipe generator. So here I'm adding more use cases so that, if you're a health application or if you are working in a health company, okay, you want to leverage AI into your application. How would you leverage? So recipe generator is one way in which you can add a recipe generator using AI into your application, and you can suggest healthy recipes to your users. So this is one use case. So you can have similar use cases in your work projects or in your official projects that you're working at your work environment. So let's say you're working at a finance company or a bank. You can build a bot that can, using this knowledge, of course, you can build a bot that can take a look at the user's finances and suggest them some products. Okay, it can also come up with an investment plan for the users based on the data that the users have provided, and you can give them this comprehensive plan using AI. So this recipe generator is one example. This creating a financial plan for a bank is another example. Okay, so I showcase recipe generator, but you can take this knowledge and implement it in the way you want in your official projects or in your work environment or in your office. Okay, so yeah, this is what it is. And then you have audio transcriber as well over here that I teach you. So everything, how you can build step by step, all of that is covered. Okay, so this is done. Now after these portfolio projects are done, the next thing that Spring Boot developers seek to learn is microservices. And I'm glad to tell you that I have like around 20 to 23 hours of course here on microservices on my channel. Okay, so you can see 11 hours, these are two parts, part 1, part 2. 11 hour 15 minutes 55 seconds, this is the first video, part 1. 10 hour 32 minutes 33 seconds, this is the second video. So it's around 21 hours and plus. I believe it goes more than that, but yeah, this is a video over here, part 1, you can see. Okay, now I've added 2024 over here, but this is valid. This knowledge, not only for this video, but for the entire playlist, is valid for years to come. It's not going away anywhere. Okay, so I'll have this playlist there. I'll also keep on updating this. All right, so here you can see we first talk about Spring Boot. So if you don't know Spring Boot and if you directly want to jump to microservices, you're welcome. I've got you covered. I teach you how to build a basic application. Okay, so what we do over here is the best part of this course over here, the microservices course. We first build a monolithic application. Okay, first build a monolithic application. It's a job application. I teach you how to build that using Spring Boot. Okay, until this particular section, I teach you how to build a job application in a monolithic architecture. Okay, and then what we do is we take that application and we break it down into microservices over here. So starting from here, you can see Starting from here, we go into microservices and we actually break it down. So go through this entire curriculum over here. This is so I was actually, I'll tell you why I chose to teach this way. I was actually researching ways in which I can teach microservices to my audience. Now, one way is I directly start with microservices. Okay, but why are you building microservices? Okay, why should you split an application into individual services? Why all this matters? So for that, you need to know how you can build a monolithic application first. So I teach you how to build that first, and then we break that application into individual services and we run them on different servers. And I teach you a lot of stuff. It's a very valuable course. Okay, and this is something that I'm not telling, but people who have watched it are telling. You can go through the comments over here. You can see the comments. So any of my videos, go through the comments and you'll get a lot of appreciation. You'll know how valuable the content is. Okay, so I teach a lot of stuff like Spring Actuator. Docker is covered. If you're not familiar with Docker, don't worry. Okay, like the title says, I cover microservices with K8s. What is K8s? It's Kubernetes. Okay, this is another way of writing Kubernetes. Docker, I cover all of this and I take you from monolithic to microservices. Okay, so over here, we start with Spring Boot. We build a REST API. We integrate JPA. We finish our application. We integrate Actuator. Actuator and all is important for monitoring your application if you are doing Spring Boot development. I teach you Docker over here. Okay, Docker is hands-on. If you don't have any knowledge of Docker, don't worry. I teach you Docker architecture, what is containerization, everything. Okay, then we migrate to PostgreSQL. Then we start building microservices. So I start splitting our application into individual microservices. And then once the application is split, how do you do asynchronous communication? So all of that is covered over here. Okay, now in part 1 ends over here because of course my channel has a limit of uploading like 11-12 hours video at max. So I created one more part over here. This is part 2, and you can see over here this is service registry. So I continue, this course continues from there. We talk about service registry, how you can set up a service registry, how you can set up inter-service communication, how you can have OpenFAIN integrated. What is the benefit of OpenFAIN? Distributed tracing, what is it? We integrate Zipkin. How you can set up a config server. I teach you how to do that. What is API gateway? Have you heard of this term? What is API gateway? Why do you need this? How can you set up your own API gateway using Spring Boot? I teach you all of that. Okay, you can see this. Fault tolerance over here. So we talk about different aspects of fault tolerance like circuit breaking, integrating resilience, ForceJ into the project. We talk about RabbitMQ over here. Okay, and we get some hands-on experience with message queues. So I take you in a journey wherein we first understand what is message queues, why we need it. So I create a scenario wherein I demonstrate the importance of message queues. Okay, and then we talk about why they are important and we start integrating RabbitMQ. Then of course, if you have microservices, you can package your microservices into a jar. So I show you how you can do that. Okay, and we can create a jar file and you can deploy that jar file as well. I show you how you can containerize your microservices. Okay, so we talk about everything. Okay, so initially here in the first part, we spoke about Docker with Spring Boot. Okay, this first part has Docker with Spring Boot. So here we talk about Docker introduction and containerizing monolith application. But here we go into microservices and containerizing a microservices. So you will understand the difference since both are covered. And then we deploy the application to Kubernetes as well. Okay, so Kubernetes is covered. If you don't understand any of this, don't worry because everything is covered. I take you step by step over here. Okay, I take you step by step and you can also watch the comments, read the comments before, taking the courses. Okay, you can see the comment. Okay, so it has helped many. I would say many have got jobs. I get emails, I get messages, and you can see the appreciation that I've got from the community. All right, it's available freely. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty valuable, and like I said, it's pretty long as well. So be sure to come up with a plan. Okay, or come with a plan. So yeah, that's all you need over here. Okay, now this playlist is not the final playlist. I keep on adding content. I'll be updating the playlist. Okay, but for now, this is what we have. and this is the best thing out there in the market. Okay, I don't remember seeing any channels or any sort of materials that I've seen provide this comprehensive things over here. Okay, so you can see this entire playlist will easily cross in, like I would say, I don't know, hours. It's hours and hours of content for sure. And yeah, you'll need a few days, I should say, a few weeks, I should say, to complete this entire playlist. Okay, but once you have learned a Spring Security over here, once you're here until Spring Security, or once you have watched the first 5 videos, you know Spring Boot, and then you can start applying jobs over here. Okay, so that's what matters. People actually ask me, okay, you have so much of content, but what do I need to see to get the jobs? So first 4 videos, and you are ready with Spring Boot. You can of course gain more knowledge. You can scroll through, learn more, deploy applications, build your portfolio, build projects, go full stack, learn about microservices. But if your concern is just you want to become an entry-level junior developer with Spring Boot, like first 4-5 videos are good, and they will set you apart in the industry. All right. Now this is about it. Now on my channel, there is a lot happening. I'm coming up with a lot of videos. There is a lot in the pipeline. And right now, as I'm making this video, I'm working on a JavaScript series. So a lot of you requested me to teach full stack. You know, how do we go full stack? Can you teach React? So JavaScript comes first before React. So you should know a bit of JavaScript. So I thought I'll cover JavaScript first, because that was also one of the students' requests, that cover JavaScript first. So JavaScript is covered, and there is a separate playlist for the entire JavaScript series. I'll also add a video over here, and that video will have important concepts that Java developers should know. So if you're following this roadmap, I'll add a video which won't have all the concepts of JavaScript, but only the essential concepts of JavaScript that Java developers need. So that is something that I'll update over here. I'll also add videos on React in depth. So right now, in the courses that I'm teaching, there is React. I'm teaching React at a lot of places. But you know, that dedicated video of just learning React and mastering it, that is something that is needed. So I need to create a video or a playlist on React as well. So all that is coming, and it's all in the pipeline. All right. So yeah, be sure to follow this. And also I have this link to the playlist in the description. Okay, you can check this out. Now, I also have a website over here. I've set up a website for the roadmap over here. So you can head over to EmbarkX.com, Java Spring Boot Mastery. Okay. I'll add the link in the description below. So be sure to check out the link, just in case the link updates or anything. Be sure to check out the description. Now here you can see the same playlist put out in this way on the website. So if you prefer watching this, you can play this and it will play the YouTube video. So this is for Java Programming Basics, Spring Boot Essentials. These 2 videos cover. Okay. Spring Security and Data Persistence. These 2 covers. Then you have Full Stack Development, which these 2 videos cover. Then you have Microservices with these 2 video cover. And then you can go job ready with the help of Spring AI. And you can build some sort of portfolio projects over here. So this is the order. Okay. I also have some navigation over here at the top. Okay. You can head over. Now here, if you come at the bottom, okay, or after you're done with the playlist, or even before the playlist, okay, I would like to tell you that you can upgrade your experience with the help of my premium courses. Okay, these courses, now first of all, don't drop off. Okay, selling the paid courses. I'll tell you, these are affordable courses. These are not expensive, I'll tell you. And if you are in US, UK, or not in India, these courses sell for under $10 or around $10, I would say. These courses sell for that. Okay. It's not a $500 course or $1,000 course that I'm pitching in. I know a lot of YouTubers do that, but my courses are very cheap, affordable. I'll also tell you why I've not posted this content on YouTube. That also I'll tell you. Okay, I wanted to, but why I didn't post it over here. And you can also get these paid courses for free. How? So these courses are available on Udemy. So udemy.com, if you know, it's the world's largest platform for video courses. So all my courses are available on udemy.com, and they are very low. They are not highly priced. They are very cheaply priced. Okay. And they are mostly on sale. And over here, if you come, okay, these courses are also part of Udemy for Business. So you see this tag available in Udemy for Business. What this means is, if you have, or if your company has a Udemy for Business subscription, okay, you can watch or get access to these courses for free. Okay, so you don't need to pay anything. If you have a Udemy for Business subscription, you can get access to these courses for free. Okay. Now, if you click on any of the courses, so if I click on this courses, let's say this is a Spring Boot with intelligent real-time e-commerce project. Okay. So this video you see over here, if you scroll up this video, the third video over here, complete Spring Boot guide. So this video actually is a part of this entire course, which is 47-hour plus course. So I've not updated this. It's actually not 47 hours. It's 50 plus hours right now because I updated and added more content in it. Okay. So if you click on this, you'll be taken to this web page. Okay. It's a Udemy bestseller, 4.7 stars rating. And I cover a lot of stuff. You can see basics, working with annotations, JPA, how you can persist your data. So all these are sections which are hours and hours long. Okay. I cover everything. JWT, I cover JWT. And I show you different flavors of JWT, which no other course will show you. Like, for example, if you want to implement JWT based authentication, how you can have token based authentication and how you can have cookie based authentication with JWT. So both these flavors are covered. Okay. I show you how you can manage user profiles. I show you how you can create your own custom authentication. This is important. Okay. How you can implement shopping cart, or how you can use Spring Boot with different databases. All of this, I show you how to deploy on AWS, and all of this is covered. Okay, a lot of students have showed a lot of love for me. Okay, you can see a lot of reviews on Udemy also. You can click over here and go. Okay, and yeah, you also get, if you buy any of the paid courses, you get access to 6 months of IntelliJ Pro for free. Okay, and details for the same are provided inside the course. You get access to future updates. You build a hands-on project and you get lifetime access to this course with all the updates that I add in future. Now, many students would have the question, hey, why did you post a part of this course on YouTube? Okay, so there's a reason for that. On YouTube, you cannot update videos. Okay, on YouTube, you cannot update the videos. There's a limitation in what you can do. You cannot talk much to your, like, there's a comment section, of course, but there's no dedicated Q&A. So all of that, the learning experience was lacking. YouTube, of course, is a great platform. Okay, I love YouTube. But I thought of adding it to Udemy to provide a bit of a premium experience. You have a Q&A inside the course. You can ask questions if you are stuck anywhere. You have access to updates. So I can send in announcements if there are any updates. If I add a new section, for example, if there are changes in Spring Security, and if I update the course, so I can send out an announcement to all my students. So all of that I can do on Udemy, and any sort of learning software, like software that can help me manage a learning experience. But Udemy, I felt, was great. It was easily accessible. It's easily accessible to everyone because a lot of my students have Udemy for Business subscription that they've got for free from their organization. So they get free access to this course because my course is eligible or included in Udemy for Business. Okay. Now over here, if you see, I am providing a coupon to all my students for all the courses. All these courses you see, I'm providing a coupon. So you can click on this link and you can go to the website and you can get the lowest price coupon. Okay. Now this is the lowest price right now, but you can actually it changes. I update the coupons every now and then. Okay. So be sure to check out what's there. But you'll find some or the other coupon over here always. I try to add coupons and give this course for the cheapest price possible. Okay. Even Udemy has some limitation as to the number of coupons that you can create, but I try to have a coupon always over here, and be sure to check this out. Okay. Now you'll ask me what is the difference between all this and over here, like whatever material you have added. So Java course over here, this Java programming course is updated to Java 21. So if you click over here, this is a 60-hour long course. Okay. And you can see you learn a lot of concepts if you scroll down. Okay. So if I have to show you the curriculum, okay, here at the bottom, you'll find these videos that are updated to Java 21. They have hands-on projects, you have functional interfaces, Lambda expression, generics, wrapper classes, custom exceptions. How can you create custom exceptions? What is exception handling? All these kind of advanced topics are over here. Okay. And yeah, this can be a great, this is also great. You can learn everything from this video. But if you want a more premium experience, this is only for students who want a premium experience. Okay. People who don't want premium experience can stick to the free courses. I'm providing a lot of free content on YouTube anyways. Okay. So yeah, this is also a part of Udemy for Business subscription. So this is about Java. I spoke about a Spring Boot course over here. This is a bestseller right now on Udemy. I have this Spring Security course. Okay. So if you click over here, I teach you how to build a secure notes application. Okay. And I have added the application link also over here. Okay. So you can click on this link and you can access the application. So this is the application that I teach you how to build. You can see securenotes.embarkx.com. You can sign in, you can take a look at the application. And also if you go to Udemy over here by clicking on this link, and you have access to coupon. Okay. Here in the preview, video preview. So let me click over here. Okay. In the video preview over here, you'll find the application demo also. So what we are building. And this video that you see over here, Spring Security 6 Masterclass in this playlist, is actually a part of that course. Okay. But it's not the entire course. If you want access to the entire course, okay, don't get me wrong over here. It's not like this is an incomplete thing I'm providing or something like that. A lot of students have gained value out of this video. It's a 7.5 hour long video. It took a lot of effort for me to bring in this, but this is 24-hour video. And like I already told you, there is a limit as to how much you can, how long can a video be on YouTube. Okay. You have to upload in parts. And then I thought like Udemy could be a good platform because it's accessible. Almost all my students have accounts on Udemy. Okay. So yeah, this is one course. And then you have Microservices course. Now this course provides access to source code and all the handouts that you want to level up your learning journey. Okay. And you also get access to future updates. So enrolling in this course makes you future proof. Okay, it gives you with a premium experience. You get to learn a lot of stuff and you get access to future updates. That's the benefit. Okay, if you don't want to spend anything, like you can see, it's not highly priced. If you go with my coupon, you can get it for lesser than 500 rupees in India. This particular course. There is different price for different courses out there. Okay, but they are cheaply priced. Okay, they are not expensive at all, I would say. Okay, and after learning from these courses, you get a high paying job, right? So yeah, it completely validates why you should enroll. All right. So yeah, this is about the premium courses. You can take a look, and I have more courses on EmbarkX.com. You can check out my website. So I'll just show you here on EmbarkX.com. You can actually check out more courses from me. Okay. But over here, after you're done learning with all of this, okay, you can learn version control, agile methodologies, effective communication and teamwork, resume building, interview preparation with mock interviews. So I have courses on Git. Okay, I have courses on communication skills. All of this, I have additional courses on my website. Okay, I have not added links over here because I just wanted to stick to Java Spring Boot mastery over here. Okay. So yeah, this is the entire roadmap that we have got. Okay. Now you can of course learn a lot from these videos, but yeah, if you want a premium experience, like I said, you can upgrade and buy any of these courses. All right. Otherwise you can stick to a lot of free content that I'm already pushing out on YouTube. All right. Now goes without saying, this is not the end of the playlist. I will keep adding more and more videos onto this playlist. I'll keep adding more and more videos onto the channel. So be sure to subscribe, like, follow, turn on the bell notification icons, and comment and let me know on my videos where you're joining in from. Okay, that helps me a lot because there is no fees watching on YouTube, right? You're not paying any fees to watch any sort of videos on YouTube. But one small fee that I would expect from you is you can like, comment, and subscribe, because it impacts my ability to bring in free content for you all on this particular platform, right? YouTube is amazing, and number of subscribers that I have, number of engagement that I get, like how much engagement I get, matters for me in the long run. So be sure to show your support that way, right? So yeah, I'll end this video right now. It's a pretty long video, but I hope this provided you with some good insights as to how you can make use of the learning material that you have out there on EmbarkX channel. Good day.